So what's between Shabbos Mincha and Maariv for Motzei Shabbat? Emily?
I'm behind. I was doing ones from last week with it.
Okay. Greg?
Shehuda
No,
se
ooh.
da shalit, or the third meal. It's a light meal at the end of Shabbat, which consists of cold food and salads, fruits,
And bread usually also.
and bread.
That's what makes it a meal.
Yep, although you don't need bread, need bread, but we usually have something there. It's a lighter meal, and in Yiddish, anyone know what we call that meal in Yiddish?
Shalashitas?
Shalashudas, yeah, shalashudas. Exactly. And in Hebrew, it's Sudash Lishit, and in Yiddish, it's shalashudas. I have a lot of memories of like having, like this, because we would already be dairy by this meal. So we'd have all the cheeses come out, and we'd have bowls of cereal and the yogurts and cottage cheese. It would be a big dairy fest, which was kind of nice after having 2 big meals of meat. Okay, should we swing back to you, Eitan and Jackie, or should we keep going straight?
Where can you find Mariv Arbid for Motzei Shabbat?
Uh-huh.
Page 693.
So, no. Sort of.
I guess that's where Motzei Shabbat starts.
That's why I asked the question.
What do you mean? Oh, Mariv Motzei Shabbat.
Uh-huh.
That's what I got too.
Exactly. So no one says this psalm beforehand. This is not really present in any service that I've ever seen. That's why I asked this question, because it's a little bit complicated. Maariv is actually on page 243.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weekday Maariv, Saturday night's a weekday. So we continue back in the beginning with the regular weekday service. And if you notice on top, it says on Motzei Shabbat, some have the custom to sing these 2 psalms, but no one really sings it that I've seen. So it's a regular Maariv, except for what? Question 51. What are the special additions that are added?
The special editions. So I have page 12. Oh, that was just a note to myself. Okay. On weekdays, we begin by singing the 2 psalms you just mentioned, which are 78 and 20.
Which we don't really say.
Oh, we don't actually sing them. Okay.
Which one? 144 you're talking about? And 67?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't say those psalms.
And then on Shabbat, after the Amidah, I think the leader says the half Kaddish. And then the congregation continues with 2 psalms before the full Kaddish.
Where's that?
I guess that would be, well,
Page 2.
that's more for Shabbat. I was just trying to go back and forth between the 2 sections and figure out what was different. Really is.
It's okay. This is complicated, and that's why we're going over it. So
That's on page 260.
It's on page what?
260?
On 260, you add the U.
261. So yeah, so that's one addition. So in the middle, and that's a very important addition. In the middle of the Amidah, in the 4th bracha of the Amidah, the one on knowledge, that's where we add in a Havdalah prayer, in which we say essentially a Havdalah between Shabbat and after we say that Havdalah, we're allowed to then do Malacha, so we can turn lights on and do other stuff because we've already separated Shabbat. Just because the clock changes to the time that myzvanim.com allows it doesn't mean that Shabbos is over. Shabbos can be over, but Shabbos isn't over unless we make it over.
And
so
what if
one way to make it over is by davening and adding in that line, adding in this paragraph which says Shabbat is now over. Now, if you don't if for all women who don't daven Maariv, then instead of saying this, you could say instead something else, which I don't think I added here, but I should add onto the next page. The next time we do this is Baruch Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'Chol. Baruch Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'Chol. And then it's blessed is the one who separates between the holy and the profane. That also separates from that ends Shabbos for women who don't daven Ma'ariv, and then they could turn lights on at that point. So that's one addition. What's the second addition? Anyone know? Just jump in. You have the sheet, Damien Lemore and Dan, right?
Yeah, I just got the questions just now.
Great. Lemore and Damien, you have it also?
Would it be in our email?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just sent it.
Oh, we didn't get it yet.
Maybe.
Okay, well, look out for it.
Okay. Thank you.
Does anyone know what the second edition is?
Well, you would add, would it be what's on page 695 to 697?
Yes, exactly.
The protection in the coming week.
Exactly. So page 695 on the bottom, we say the psalm, primarily Psalm 91, and the rest of Uval Tzion, which we say usually during the week. And that is the other major addition to the evening service. Those are the primary things that we add. Great.
I have a quick question. To what book are you referring when you guys are referencing page numbers?
The Koran Siddur. It looks like this is the one that we use in our shul. It's the Jonathan Ashkenaz Koran Siddur. It looks like.
Okay, is that the transliterated version?
Not transliterated, and do not get a transliterated version. It's very important that you learn how to read Hebrew, and the best way to not learn how to read Hebrew is by using transliterated. So, and since you're going to be learning Hebrew anyway.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It just gave me an opportunity to go on one of my rants. You threw me a softball right down the middle, so I just swung.
Take it. Thank you.
I sent you the first email, by the way, to Damien and Lemore. So I'm resending it to Lemore and Damien.
We're trying to get caught up. Hold on.
Don't worry about this one. Your first class doesn't count.
Thank you. Again.
Okay, let's keep rolling. What is and on what page can we find Havdalah? Page question 52. Emily, I guess we're up to you.
You can go with me, although I still have my other door.
Right.
So page talk about what Havdalah is. It means like separation, and it's how you mark the end of Shabbat. But should I also add the items you need, or?
Yes, please.
Okay, you need I have one if you want me to show it, but yeah. And then you also need spices, and you need wine. And yeah, this is the candle.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Great. Yeah. Does anyone else have the page number in our Koran Siddur?
At home, Havdalah at home is 725 to 727, and for Marav it's on 709.
725 is really it. 727, no one really says. So 725 is the most essential part, and it's for people who are adding in new elements into Shabbat. This is one of the best things to add early on. It really has a nice marker, and it's the opposite end of the lighting candles on Friday night. So you bring in the Shabbat with candles, and you end the Shabbat with candles. It's really quite a beautiful ceremony, and our kids love it. It's one of the highlights. And sadly, one of the things they're going to start missing out on, because when we change the clocks, Shabbat ends much later, and they have to go to sleep before Havdalah. So
Rabbi, I had a question. I don't know why I don't know this, but why do you turn your hands during Havdalah?
Great question. Anyone know the answer? It's a great question. So what is the bracha that we say on the candles?
Borei meorei esh, right?
Which means what?
Creator of
the lights of fire.
Lights of fire.
Max translates it. So, what right do we have to say a bracha? Let me ask you this question: What are we blessing when we? What are we saying when we say borei meorei besamim? Borei mine besamim. When we say besamim on spices, what are we doing? Saying that? What business do we have saying that bracha? Or for that matter, when we say hamotzi lecha min haaretz, what business do we say having? What business do we have saying that bracha?
So showing appreciation for the creations from Hashem.
So you're saying every time I walk into a bakery and I see loaves of bread, I should say borei hamotzi lecha min haaretz?
Well, no, not because you're not eating them.
You have to be eating it. So, and eating it is basically a form of benefit. You're benefiting.
Oh, so you're benefiting from the light, like.
So, and we want to see you benefit from the light, and this is a form of benefiting from the light.
So how benefiting by looking at your fingernails?
Exactly.
So wait, how's that benefiting you?
That's what you're doing. You're showing that you're using the light in some way.
Oh. See,
I mean, in truth, the truth of the matter is that this bracha probably is more along the lines of seeing lightning and seeing thunder, right? You don't have to benefit from seeing lightning and thunder, but you still say a bracha on it because it's a natural occurrence. It's a birkas re'iyah, and it's more of which is a visionary bracha. You see something, and then you say it, and so it's more of like a thanksgiving bracha rather than a benefiting bracha. But I think that's why we do it. We do it to sort of make sure that we're capturing that we are seeing this bracha, seeing this light, which then causes us to say the bracha, which is also why we look at our fingernails right before and right after the bracha.
Rabbi, I heard something a long time ago. Not that it doesn't contravene what you're saying, but
contradict. It's okay.
It doesn't contradict it. I heard that when we were in the Gan Eden, our whole bodies were made. Well, Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve, their whole bodies were made from that nail material. Before we sinned, it's a much stronger material, and I don't know how that relates to the fire.
No, indeed it relates to it because the sin of we lost it, right? It depends on because we lost our skin in this, and we were given a new skin after Shabbat. It has to do with the whole thing around the sin of the eating of the tree of knowledge happened around Shabbat. So and we were then given this new skin, the new skin, that skin was taken away, and we were given our own skin. And what's left of the old skin are the nails. That's sort of like that's the legend that they talk about. So that's what we're focusing on as we enter into the weekday, which is reminiscent of the story of creation, of the Garden of Eden. It's there. It's still there.
It's still there. Okay.
The question, I answered, why do we look at anything? And you're answering, why, once we're looking at something, why are we looking at our nails?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So then looking at the nails part specifically harkens back to the story of creation of Adam and Eve, Adam and Chava. Great. Should we try to blitz through these next questions in 10 minutes? I know we're late, but I kind of want to be done with this unit. What do y'all say? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay, Greg, take the next one.
David, Hashem, Ori.
David, Hashem, Ori.
Ori.
David.
So I didn't find the page number. We say this at the end of the morning and the afternoon during the month of Elul, leading up to Tishrei. But I didn't find the page
It's at the very end of the morning service. So it's on page 193 in the morning, and Ashkenazim say it actually after Mariv, not in the afternoon, in the evening. So that would be on page 283 in our sitter. Okay, Carrie? Not just the month of Elul, but all the way up until and through Shmini Atzeres.
Right. Okay. Baruch Nafshi is on ours. It's on page 667. It's recited during Mincha and Shabbos.
So most people don't recite it then.
It's also said.
Yeah, some people recite it then, but very few.
Also said on Shabbos after Simchas Torah until the Shabbos before Pesach.
People don't say it then either.
So I don't know when people say it at all.
Oh, really? That's right.
They have it in the Siddur, but you go to most modern Orthodox shuls, they never say it then. I've never seen people say Baruch Nafshi. Doesn't happen. The Baruch Nafshi, what people do say, is on Rosh Chodesh. It's the last psalm that's added on Rosh Chodesh, which is on page 191. Find it on 191, which is after the weekday morning, or on Shabbat too, we would say. What is tonight, speaking of which?
Rosh Chodesh.
Tonight is Rosh Chodesh. It's the new month of, well, it's about to be the new month of Adar Sheni, the second Adar. It's a leap year this year, so we have 2 Adars, which is why Passover is as late as it is. Let's keep going. Shir HaMalot, Psalm 130. Who are we up to? Marvai, do you have that or no?
Actually, I'm not sure if I got this right. Where I found it was for Birkat Hamazon during Shabbat and Yom Tov on page 975.
Okay. That's a different Shir HaMalot. That is Shir HaMalot.
That's what I was wondering.
Because I think that's
I kind of had a feeling.
26, I think. I forget exactly the number. That's 126, yeah. But that's a different Shir HaMalot. This is
What
one.
page?
Anyone know where this one is? It's on page 87. It's after Yishtabach, before Baruch Hu. It's also found on, that's the weekday one, but it's also said on Shabbat, and it is said during the 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. It's also said whenever there's something tragic or troubling going on in the world, and we say that Shir HaMalot to ask for assistance, divine assistance.
What page was that on?
87 in the Koran Siddur. It's between
Okay.
Shabbat and Baruch Hu.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Misato.
Sorry, Rabbi, she stepped away.
Okay, Gabe.
Okay, let's see. Can't find where we are.
Avinu Malkeinu.
Avinu Malkeinu. I don't know this offhand. Sorry.
That's okay. Yoko and Lior?
We did not get there.
Okay. We need to spend more time on the Tefillah unit. It wasn't long enough. It's funny. You guys there? Jackie and Eitan?
Yeah, we're in the Avinu Malkeinu, right?
Yeah.
Page 138.
Yeah.
Between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, except Erev Yom Kippur, unless it falls on a Friday.
Great. As well as?
Fast days.
Fast days. Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
And during those times, we also say during Mincha as well.
Okay.
And on Mincha, we don't have it in the Koran Siddur, but it tells you to go back to page 139. Great. Okay, Anenu.
Anenu, the prayer of atonement,
This
recited.
must have been a hard one, by the way. I got to give you guys credit for getting this. These are not easy questions. They're quite obscure.
Don't praise us so fast. We couldn't find the page number for Anenu. But the Jewish prayer of atonement recited on public fast days.
Yes, and we say, the congregation says theirs on page, we say ours, which service do we say it on?
All the fast days and Yom Kippur.
But which service of the fast days? Shacharis, Mincha, or Marav?
Minha?
Yes, we as the congregation say it during Mincha, during the Amidah, during Shema Kolenu, which is on page 223. It's in your Koran Siddur 223 in the Shema Kolenu, in the Mincha service. Now the Chazan says it also during Shacharis. Okay, Nachem. Emily, do you have this one?
Yes. Is it the 9th of Av?
Uh-huh.
But that's all I have. I don't have any other information.
Said also during Mincha on Tisha B'Av, and our Seder is on page 221. Okay, Greg, almost there. 5, maybe not 5 more. No, we have a lot more.
No.
Oh my goodness, we have a lot more. Let's keep going on and on. I asked so many questions.
Ya'aleh ve'avro.
Ve'avo.
Ve'avro.
Ve'avo.
Ve'avo. Now it's hard to read the transliterated.
Yeah, I know. I should put it in Hebrew next time.
It
might be easier even if I put it in Hebrew.
So I have a question mark, but maybe 1015 said paragraph inserted in non-Musaf prayers, as well as grace after meals and other holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot.
What's 1015? Because my 1015 is on the Brit Milah, so what's 1015 for you?
We did this weeks ago. Sorry.
That's okay. Funny.
So yeah, added into where we go?
You're in Birkat.
Birkat Hamazon on biblical holidays.
But not just Birkat Hamazon.
I don't know the other places it's inserted then.
So almost even more important than Birkat Hamazon is also during the Amidah. During every single Amidah. And which holidays do we say Ya'aleh V'yavo?
I have Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Shemir Atzeret, Pesach, Shavuot, and Rosh Chodesh.
So yes, all the major holidays, not Purim and Hanukkah. Now, obviously during Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, we don't say it during the Amidah. There, we say it. We have a whole special Amidah that includes sort of the Ya'aleh V'yavo, but not in the same way. But it's primarily Sukkot, Shavuos, Pesach, and Rosh Chodesh, which means tonight. If you haven't davened Marav yet, and tomorrow morning when you all daven the Amidah tomorrow, then you're going to include Ya'aleh V'yavo. And in fact, if we forget Ya'aleh V'yavo, you have to repeat the entire Amidah, unless it was Mariv for Rosh Chodesh. That's the only time we would not. So Ya'aleh V'yavo is very important, and it's found in the Shacharis Amidah, the Mincha Amidah, the Marav Amidah. Every single one of the Amidas is found on Shabbos. If it's Shabbos Chol Hamoed Pesach or something, then you're going to be saying Ya'aleh V'yavo too. So, for example, the Mincha Amidah, in the Mincha Amidah, it's on the bottom of page 223. In the Shacharis Amidah, it's on. So this is all for tomorrow morning. This is a good one for tomorrow morning. It's on page 127. Ya'aleh V'yavo. It's always found in Ritzei. Now, it's also in benching as well, like you had said. And it's if you miss the Ya'aleh V'yavo in the Amidah, then you'd have to repeat it, with the exception of Rosh Chodesh Mariv. Okay, I think we're way over, and we should stop now. What we're gonna do? How about we do this? Let me stop the broadcast so that people don't have to watch this part.